Hello, it's me, T for Tyson. It is Tuesday, November 15th, 12:20 in the morning, and I want to vlog. It's been a little over a year since I've done a vlog, and I felt like today was the day. So, hi, welcome, or if you've been here before, welcome back. So, I think I'm just going to do a quick recap, because it's been on my brain on where I've been and where I am and where I'm going. In a little bit before 2011, I started doing this vlog, or started a YouTube vlog, because I was dealing with chronic illness, was very sick. We didn't know what was going on. I was in the hospital, in and out of the hospital. I'd had some type of strokey-like thing that happened to me that actually caused me to be in rehab for 5 months. Entire left side of my body went weak. It was a thing. And it took about 3 years. I mean, I had always lived with a low level of sick. I was always sick, but the sickness was in a weird way. It started and this was in my 20s, and I lived with it for a good 3 years. We just didn't know what was going on. I mean, I had spinal taps, I had everything. It was gross. And then in February of 2011, I saw a doctor who had just come out of medical school, and he said, "Hey, you know what? I heard about this rare disease. I don't know anybody who has it, but let's try you for it." And sure enough, I got diagnosed with dysautonomia/postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or commonly known as P.O.T.S. Back in the day, nobody knew what it was. Now with COVID, long haulers COVID, a lot of people who have long haulers COVID are ending up with P.O.T.S. And I'm so bummed for them. But now people are aware of it, but back in the day when I had it, nobody really knew what that was. I was in therapy before we even, because they said, "Oh, we don't know what you have, so it must be in your head. You should go to therapy." So I would go to therapy, and then I would pass out 5 million more times and get sick. And I still was we don't know what it was. So thank goodness they finally diagnosed me. Thanks to all the doctors, all the hospitals, and numerous of advocates that I had who needed to come up and be my voice for me, and make the doctors believe something actually is going on. And I know a lot of you who have dealt with chronic illness, especially rare chronic illness, have had to go through that, and I apologize, and I totally get where you're coming from. Once we got diagnosed, we had to figure out and find a doctor who could treat it. Fast forward a few years, and I really ended up starting to get into health, because, and I think there's a video somewhere on my channel that was just talking about I'm making a change, and I just wanted to really lean in to feeling better. And actually, one of the YouTubers I followed, now, I think they're no longer canceled, but it was the Shea. It was Shea Carl. He used to do this thing called Shea Loss, and he was trying to lose weight, and he did this huge Shea Timber thing where a lot of folks would kind of go and they would do a bet to lose weight, and it was really cool. And I did it to gain muscle and to get out of bed, because one of the things with POTS is I would walk from one side of my bedroom to the other, and bam, I would lose consciousness and then wake up and not be able to speak, not be able to use the entire left side of my body. And a lot of times I would fall and I was alone. And it's scary when you are alone and that stuff is happening to you. So I really started to get serious about getting out and really pressing through. And I did not also do this alone, because there's a lot of people who have POTS and dysautonomia that cannot do these things. So I was on medication that helped to kind of regulate my blood pressure and my heart rate, and it really helped me to get me into a place where I could actually get back in and be more active. And it was really, really cool. I started biking, and it was really, really great. And I have been on and off, basically in some way, shape, or form, keeping up with my health. And now, I teach dance, and I have a nice little exercise regimen that I try to do every day, and that's been helpful. And I'm gonna go a little bit back in 2019. I started, noticing some issues with my bones and my joints and a lot of fun stuff. So I also loosely got diagnosed by my doctor with EDS, or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's real hard to diagnose because there's not like a blood test that goes, take this blood, you got EDS. You gotta like hit some markers, and I hit almost every single one of them. So we're still dealing with that. There are knowing that I haven't began like actual treatment, but knowing about that, and my doctor kind of discussed with me some of the stuff that is probably not the best, like trampoline jumping. Like there's just some stuff just with like my joints tend to pop in and out, and like all my bones like crack, like literally just going like that, I've just like popped all my bones. So like you gotta pop it back is the thing. It's gross. Let's not even talk about it. But that's like something. And then 2020, I noticed my anxiety level was like through the roof, but I thought everybody's got anxiety with this pandemic happening. So, we tried 8 different anxiety medications that made me gain weight and had a whole slew of side effects that, thank goodness I'm no longer suffering from those side effects, but I'm still working on losing that weight. And I think I've achieved it, but it was a little jarring for a person who's a dancer, who's always been relatively on the thinner side. It scared me for a bit. And then I started losing my hair, and then I started feeling really tired. And what's hard is dysautonomia, P.O.T.S, also fatigue is a huge thing, but this was a different type, and we found out that I have anemia, iron deficiency. So we don't know why that's happening. This could also just be another thing with dysautonomia, because I have other medical stuff that kind of dysautonomia it's a link to it, and we just don't know. And but now with the I go and I think it's like every 4 months I go and I get an iron infusion, and then I get buffed up. I'm like, yeah. So long story short, still having some health stuff, but I have done a 180, I'd say, from when I started doing these vlogs. That like 180 from then to now. I'm in a much better place with my health, and this sounds a little weird, but I'm to a place where now I can control what pain happens to my body. And what I mean by that is the sickness was giving me pain, but now I'm choosing, pain by exercising or stretching. And I know, being more active, you get tired. Sometimes your joints are achy. Sometimes your muscles, you got to stretch your muscles, but that's something that I can cause. And I do feel some type of empowerment to have that choice, rather than have an illness or sickness give you sickness and make you feel like crap, and make I feel a certain amount of, I don't know, it just makes me feel better to be able to control and have that control. Where in P.O.T.S and dysautonomia and any type of chronic illness where you feel so out of control, that's something that I feel like I can control. So yeah, I'm doing real well. I have a boyfriend, and we've been dating for 4 years. He's gonna look and see this vlog. Hi. And he's a good guy, and he's really walked with me through this sickness. And I know it has been frustrating. I know it is frustrating, because it's not a type of sickness where you can just go, you have this sickness, we're going to do this treatment, and then we'll get around the treatment and we'll be to the end, or take this pill and you'll get better. It's not. And it's just starting to be something that people know about, but it's still not a thing that anybody really understands, and they don't understand why it happened. So for people who are for loved ones that you have that are coming with you on this journey, cut them a little bit of slack, because I know it's hard being where this is, and having to walk with you through unknowns. That's what it feels like. It's just like, that song, Into the Unknown. It's like you're walking into the unknown, and you're constantly walking every day. But what I can say for my guy, he's doing a great job. He's walking with me, and I really appreciate it. I love you. But yeah, there's that. Blaring thing. I got braces. I got those in 2020. And I don't know if I said that, but I'm just going to say it again. Hi, got braces. I've had them August of 2020. I'd really like them off. We don't know. I'm hoping in the new year we can get these off. So I think that's the recap. Tyson's recap. Ooh, yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to vlog. I just kind of felt like I wanted to chat tonight. I hope all of you are doing well. If you have any questions about dysautonomia, feel free to leave me a little comment down there. And I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna try to edit this and then I'm gonna go to bed. But I hope you guys are all doing well, and yeah. I don't even know what to say. Okay, much love, y'all.